Hey, thanks, John. John's got a question for us again. John Hennessy, thanks for the $2 super chat, John. He says, "What should the coaches focus on this week?" If you had to ask me, I would think just like Hurricane Central was saying earlier, just to execution of the plays and ball security. That would be that's security, what I think.
Ball security, blocking assignments, because there was a few times where we missed a few blocks, or just the offensive line. Really need to sit down with the offensive line because, all right, look, we're injured, we're banged up there, but guess what? Injuries are a part of the game, and you have to be able to work around it, and that's why depth is so important.
Yeah. I actually agree with both of what y'all said. I think if you're going to focus on a position group that needs to be worked on, this week, it's definitely the focus needs to be on the offensive line, because we know what these running backs can do when the offensive line opens up holes for them. We've seen it. And then, like you said, execution. Not only wide receivers need to be out there catching balls, which I'm not going to get on them this week. Drastic improvement from what we've seen in other games this week, but the secondary as well, because there were definitely opportunities for more picks, and the ability of safeties and corners can catch the ball is just as important as wide receivers.
Yeah, I think definitely Colby Young needs to be more burned because he got in the game and immediately started making plays. And I'm sorry, Frank Ladson, you take him underneath and he can, catch some balls when he's wide open or some little 7-yard dig route or out route. But he got all that size and he's not doing jack shit with it because he just doesn't go up and fight for the football. Or when he does and he has it in his hands, he allows it to get swatted out.
Well, he's had a couple of games where he's had several good catches. Last game, this game. But, like this game, I noticed they kept catching him. How many times can a guy catch a ball on the sideline? I want to see what he can do in some open space.
Yeah. No bull. Can you highlight that comment on the bottom? $80 million for no bull.
Yeah, I agree with Miami 21 Hurricanes here. The Rooster could stand to gain some weight. I'm hoping the mustache man beefs him up a little bit by next year.
Juicy.
Well, and it also it depends on what you mean by 2-year rebuild. They're not coming out and winning a national title or even competing for a national title in year 2. That's ridiculous.
No. It's honestly going to be until year 5 or 6 that it's seriously like, okay, we're expecting to be competing for a national title. Because people are going to say, well, Kirby Smart made it to the national championship his second year. Well, yeah, Kirby Smart inherited a 10-win roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big difference there. Hey, John, thanks a lot, man. we appreciate you, brother.
We were a 7-5 team last year that couldn't stop the run, constantly got burnt, and we couldn't tackle to save our lives. We're not going to make the national championship in 2024.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
You can't call it rebuilding. There's a lot of building that needs to be done here to become a competitive football team again.
Well, and even to go back to your point earlier of, getting lucky in some places, the ball bouncing your way in some places. Once you hit 24, 25, our schedule's going to get even tougher. We got Florida and Notre Dame on the schedule both those years.
Right.
And 24 we're on the road for both of them.
Yeah, that's not going to be an easy play, but I look forward to playing Florida again, though.
I do too.
24 we're on the road at Clemson again. and Florida and Notre Dame.
Ooh, that'll be rough.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun season, though.
Yeah, it will be, especially if that's 24. So that's, two more years. We'll probably be quite a bit more competitive by then, I would think. Yeah, we better be. Now see if we're back here, right? If we're back here whining about, I'll agree with the chat if we're still playing like that in 2024. Well, I haven't seen improvement.
As long as you have consistency through those years, that increases your chances exponentially. Now, they can even lose a guy like Kevin Steele by then, because I don't know how many years of coaching he has left in him, but they've already got a plug-and-play guy ready in Charlie Strong to take over the defense.
And then if you lose Gaddis, you have Frank Ponce.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. If the offense continues to improve, and there was even talk of it this last season that, Gaddis may get offered a head coaching job. And I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, because honestly, I was surprised that Tony Elliott got an offer for a head coaching job, but it is what it is.
Yeah, the real Daryl, he says Miami needs to establish the run game, then pass off play action.
I mean, the run game's important, and I like what Cristobal's trying to do in terms of balancing between pass and run. But in today's college football, you can't just go straight run heavy. Like, you have to at least have some semblance of a passing game. I mean, look at Iowa. They've got a great defense, and they can't do jack on offense.
Right.
Yes, but look at teams like Alabama who still run a balanced offense. Yeah, everybody fawns off the wide receivers and Bryce Young, obviously, because you've had the Heisman Trophy winners. But Alabama's is still able to dominate in the run game every year as well, and this year is no different with Jahmyr Gibbs.
I mean, yeah, just look at last year. They get into the playoffs, and they draw Cincinnati, and their whole game plan was, okay, we know Cincinnati, even though they're a group of 5 team, and we're playing in the playoffs, they're still a very good team, and they have a good secondary, because Cincinnati did have a good secondary last year. So what did they do? Despite having the Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback and all these guys at receiver, they said, hey, we're just going to be able to pound the rock and really establish this and just control the game on the ground.
Well, you're absolutely right, and that's what you call smart game planning. Because look across that field at Cincinnati's defense, and what do you have? You have 2 first-round corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to run the ball and keep the ball away from you two.
Like, and that's why Miami 21, he's wanting to bring back Ken Dorsey, so I like it. Maybe we can get Ken Dorsey to currently start at quarterback. At least he's energetic and likes to throw his headset around. I like it. I like the mindset.